Hi there. My name is Mackenzie. You might know me from, I don't know, stuff, my YouTube channel. Made a lot of music back in the day, some of which was kind of popular. Thank Homestuck for that. You might know me from my Twitch streams that I've been doing recently, which have been very successful, actually. I'm gonna get back to those more in a little bit here. You might also know me from my personal life, or maybe the Smash community, or all sorts of other stuff. What's probably most likely, if you're a stranger to me or I'm a stranger to you, is that you know me as the person who was illegally fired from Nintendo of America about 3.5 years ago at this point, and ended up making national news by filing a labor complaint, yada yada yada. Long story short, they did some union busting, they violated laws, and yeah, I guess that whole ordeal got quite a bit of media attention. Anyway, to be honest here, whomever you are, I need your help. I am going to be evicted from my home soon by the end of this month, so at the end of July, if I somehow can't earn a whole lot of money, I'm gonna be homeless, because my safety nets have all fallen through for one reason or another. Thanks, Mom. It's kind of bleak, but I'm still hopeful, and, I've been doing everything I can to try and earn some money to make sure this doesn't happen. I live with my brother, so he's been doing the same thing. At this point, the most viable method I have to actually earn money that I can find is actually streaming on Twitch. It's not that it's a lot of money necessarily, but it's growth. It's something that can grow quickly. In fact, it already has. I did my first stream yesterday as a Twitch affiliate, which means it was the first stream I was able to monetize. Had, like, paid subscriptions enabled and donations and stuff like that. And it was really successful, actually. Aside from that, I started a GoFundMe page a little while ago, and it's gotten quite a lot, actually, in donations so far. As of the time of recording, it's like, I don't know, $920, I think. Excuse me. Which is fantastic. Unfortunately, it's not enough. So, when I said earlier that I need your help, whether you're a stranger or a friend, even if somehow you're a family member and you come across this, there are a few ways that you could help, and this message is directed at basically everybody. Aside from directly sending money to the GoFundMe campaign, which of course would be the most impactful, I think, there's a lot of free stuff that anybody can do that would be very helpful right now. You can subscribe to this YouTube channel. You can go follow me on Twitch, actually is a pretty big one. The bigger the numbers get on both of these platforms, the more money I can make on them. And, you know, the sooner the better, and all that. Another incredibly impactful free thing you can do, which a lot of people don't realize is as powerful as it is. When I'm streaming live on twitch.tv, literally just open the stream and mute it. If you're like me and you don't really enjoy watching live streams that much, just leave it, just leave it open. Like if, for example, it's morning for you and you wake up and see I'm live and you have to go to work, if you just open the stream and leave it there, just leave it running, doing that means that your view bolsters my numbers on Twitch, which means potentially more viewers, which means potentially more donations or more other engagement on Twitch. It also means that you're watching ads, because I'm able to play ads and I earn a little bit of money on that. So every person that watches an ad on my Twitch stream technically contributes a little bit towards me not being homeless in a little under 2 weeks. Yeah, you could do that stuff. Also, if you feel compelled, you could share this video, you could share the GoFundMe, you could share my Twitch channel, for all I care. Anything at all. Like, I got less than 2 weeks. Time is running out. I have to start making some pushes. All of that said, there are a few important things to talk about regarding the Twitch stream in particular. First and foremost, I predominantly play Old School RuneScape and Rivals of Aether 2 on Twitch. These are not, like, the biggest categories on the platform, but I mean, they're really the only games I have that I can actually get decent content out of it for a stream. And most of my friends are interested in at least some capacity in one of the two of them. If you would like to see some live streams and come hang out with me and my friends and other people that are talking in the chat for either of those games, please do. I'm live. I've been live almost every day for the last week. And moving forward, I'm probably going to be live almost every single day up until either I get evicted or we miraculously get enough money to not be evicted. I have a few particular plans for the stream in this coming 2-week period. I found that now that I'm an affiliate, I should be eligible for sponsored streams, which effectively means I would be streaming a game for some company, and as long as some amount of people play that game using whatever unique link or something I am given, I make money. And the more people that play it, the more money I make. And also the more they play it. I know it's one of those really weird things to hear, like, YouTubers talk about. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends or whatever. But, like, at the end of the day, when they say those words of go use the link and download the game, like, use my link and download the game, that alone earns them money. And most of these games that I appear to be eligible for are free-to-play mobile games. So, like, or free-to-play PC games, I guess. But either way, I earn money if people download the game. That's it. The terms that I've seen don't say anything about having to play it from there. As long as you just download it, I earn something. And, like, I mean, like, if it were me, I would just download it, and then if I don't want to play it, I'd just delete it again. Like, whatever. I have done that a few times, by the way. I didn't actually know how impactful it was to do that until, like, half an hour ago, as of right now. So, yeah. I'm gonna see if I can do these sponsored streams. I'm not gonna try and, like, cheat the system or anything, but I do sincerely hope that enough people are able and willing to, at the very least, do some of these free things I've talked about. And, you know, if there's anyone who can actually contribute monetarily, if you want to just donate, like I said earlier, the GoFundMe's right there. Other than that, if you want something that's a little more engaging, you can go over to Twitch when I'm streaming and subscribe. You can use a free Twitch Prime subscription, which apparently a lot of people still don't know about. If you have Amazon Prime, because Amazon owns Twitch, you can link Amazon Prime to Twitch, and then you get one free subscription per month, which unlocks you various little fun things, which, as a new streamer, I still need to work out what I want for that to be. But that also means that, effectively for free, along with your Amazon Prime, you get to support some random streamer. Which would be, you know, nice for me right now. Yeah. So there's that. What else? There was something else I was going to talk about. I've forgotten what it was. What was it? Right, my streaming plans. So the plans are basically Old School RuneScape, Rivals of Aether 2, sponsored streams if I'm allowed to do that. And aside from that, depending on how things are going over this next week or so, I have this funny idea of doing a subathon, which, if you don't know what a subathon is, which, you know, if you're not regular on Twitch, you probably don't. A subathon is a stream, a live stream, but every time somebody financially contributes to the streamer, the duration of the stream is extended. Which means that for some streamers, a subathon can literally go for, like, over a month. The stream just never ends. Like, I'm willing to do that. I will start a live stream, and I will just not stop. Like, even if I have to sleep for some reason, I'll just leave this funny little camera on. It's pointing at my bed, and you just watch me sleep or something. I don't know, whatever. It's a funny concept, and it's one that probably doesn't succeed very well unless the creator's already large enough to have an audience that can contribute or support monetarily. I don't think I have that, but it's something that I can try, I guess? We'll see. Like I said, it really depends on how this next week or so goes. I'll look into the sponsored streams. If that is actually viable, I'm gonna do that a lot, because I need money now. Like, now. Yeah. So yeah, that's where things are currently sitting. I guess as a final note, if you happen to be aware of any, like, I don't know, odd jobs or something that would pay immediately anywhere in the Seattle metro area, like anywhere around Puget Sound, get in touch, please. Because even if I personally can't do it, my brother also needs to not be homeless. So, I can relay the message to him and see if he would be interested in taking it. But, yeah. I think that's pretty much where things are right now. I do want to see if I can figure out how to get, like, I guess, YouTube Shorts or TikTok or stream highlights or something going here on this YouTube channel, or, you know, TikTok for that platform. I'm not entirely certain how I'm going to do that yet, but so far all of the testing that I've done has shown that my computer can handle the technical things that I wasn't sure it would be able to. So it's really just a matter of actually getting clips that are worth sharing, you know? But, yeah. This is terrifying, and this is not a position in life I want to be in, but I'm glad that there's at least something I can try. At this point in the video, I'm really just going to talk a little bit about what these last 3.5 years have been. If you know me, you know what's up. If you've followed this channel for a while, you have some idea. There really isn't going to be anything important from this point. It's just going to be me talking, so you're welcome to click off or whatever. You do you. Like, I'm not in charge of your choices. So these last 3.5 years, getting illegally fired by Nintendo actually, to be clear, it wasn't exclusively Nintendo of America, but you can go read the articles I'm gonna link to if you want. Having that happen actually threw my life into a downward spiral that I still haven't managed to recover from. Like, it's still going. I ended up unable to pay rent, obviously, because no job, and I was a little too traumatized to find one. So I had to move in with my parents. You might have seen that screenshot earlier. That was a text conversation with my mom from just like 2 or 3 days ago. I'm sure you can imagine how that ended. And then I was basically homeless and moved in with some friends, and the friends who just very specifically told me that I would be able to go there and, like, actually survive and try to heal and stuff, and that didn't end up working for whatever reason, which is its own can of worms that I don't think is worth going into, but effectively what I'm getting at here is that my sense of personal agency has been largely stripped from me for the last 3.5 years. Not in every single, not in like every single facet of life, of course. Obviously, I'm still alive and functioning. I can make my own choices, but despite how horrible the situation I'm in right now is, this is like the first time since I was kicked out of Nintendo, I was fired from Nintendo, that I actually feel like I can do something. Like there's something that I can do that will fix my life. This isn't just because of the streaming thing, but the streaming is like, it's sort of the end result of that. But I had a perspective shift, it's probably like a month ago at this point or so, where an acquaintance messaged me and asked if I would be willing to help her roommates move, and in exchange for money, right? Because she knew that I've been having a lot of money problems due to a long string of bad luck this year. And so obviously I took her up on that, because for one, it was quite a lot of money, and for two, I love helping people move. That's just not something you'd expect to hear from most folks out there. That whole experience, kind of like, it definitely flipped a switch in my head, and showed me that, like, there are still things in this life that I can do, that I want to do, that I enjoy, that make me feel like living my life is worth doing. Sorry for the little Windows notification sound, by the way. I am AFKing on my alt in RuneScape right now, which means I'm just doing an activity that takes basically no attention. But yeah, I helped them move, which was very intriguing in its own right, because neither of them were able to or comfortable enough to drive a U-Haul, and the main reason that they needed my help was because I have a driver's license and I'm willing to drive. So I drove a U-Haul for the first time in my life, and I drove it to Portland, which was, I don't know, 3.5, 4 hours from here-ish. Which was very interesting, certainly. After I helped them, the acquaintance of mine that reached out to me also needed to move. The reason that these people were moving was because I think their landlord was selling the house or something. She also needed help moving, and also didn't drive, so I helped. I helped with packing, I helped with loading and unloading, I got a truck. By some miracle, we were able to navigate U-Haul being a garbage business, I guess. It was a whole ordeal, but I did that, and then I helped somebody else, like, the day after. And all of this, and I got paid for all of this, by the way. All of these different move help things I got paid for, which I desperately needed. It's the only reason that, like, my brother and I have any money at all, really, is because of that, and at this point now, because of the GoFundMe. But I helped people, and I loved it. It made me happy. I obviously was wiped out. Like, there's still a blister scar in my foot, which may or may not heal sometime soon. We'll see. But, like, it absolutely took everything out of me, but I walked away from that experience feeling satisfied. And I really wanted to do more of that. Unfortunately, I couldn't find anybody else who needed help. And of course, applying to work at a moving company isn't exactly the same thing. It's comparable, but I worry about that later. But, like, if it weren't for all these experiences of helping people move, I would not have reached a psychological point where I where I could, like, I could see myself actually functioning for real again. Which is why I'm going into the streaming thing as hard as I am. This can work. Like, you look at my YouTube channel, for example. It's where this video is uploaded. You look at that, and you look back in the archive of my videos, and you see that I was making Let's Plays during the height of Let's Plays. At least, maybe more like the golden age, I guess you could say. I wanted this to be my career. I wanted to make YouTube videos for a living. Life did the thing that it does, and it kicked me in the ass repeatedly and made that completely impossible. Partially due to physical issues with, like, where I lived, or because of my psychological state deteriorating, for many reasons that are not relevant here. But I wanted to do that. So what that means is I actually have, like, I have a lot of practice with this whole thing that I'm doing right now. The camera's unusual for me, but this thing, the microphone. I have a lot of practice yapping into a microphone. Filling dead air, talking about something, playing a game while I'm talking. I can do this. This is... I can't call it my calling. I don't think there's such a thing as that, but this is possible. It's also very likely that it's a little too late. Because if we do get evicted, like I said, I don't really have anywhere to go, so most likely what would happen is I would end up just, like, sleeping on a friend's couch or something and trying to find a job. Which is its own problem that I've been facing for the last 3.5 years. Nobody hires me. But what that means is that, like, what a shocker. If I get evicted, I won't be able to stream. I don't think I'll have anywhere I can reasonably put my computer. I don't think I'll be able to have, like, a good physical environment to do the thing that I'm doing right now. Talking to a microphone. So this live stream thing is kind of... It's not even kind of, it just is a last-ditch effort. Like, at this point, and even when I first made the GoFundMe, if I were to have somehow miraculously found a job, like, instantly, I would not have been paid enough or soon enough to be able to make this work. Unless I found a job that paid, like, out the ass, which is not likely. So, instead of that, and struggling to find odd jobs, which I don't seem to exist in the degree that I need them to, I've pivoted to this streaming thing, and this is my focus for the next 2 weeks, and I need this to work. Now, it's entirely possible that I could somehow luck out and find somebody or something that can just, I don't know, donate enough to completely fill the GoFundMe. Like, that's possible, but I can't bank on that. I can't bank on anything right now. Everything that I'm able to try is completely luck. Even my brother, in his case, basically everything he can try right now is also completely luck. This year has been so stupid and so awful for us personally. Like, in general, yeah, sure, every year is terrible since the 90s, I guess. But for us specifically, this year has been just, like, overloaded with broken promises and incompetent people and like inconclusiveness and bad luck, and it's all coming to a head. I wanted to keep this video short when I came up with this idea yesterday. I couldn't do it. I'm not the kind of person that can really do a scripted segment like that and make it short and snappy and to the point. I guess I've kind of said my piece, haven't I? You know what I could do is put another one of those too long didn't watch things on this. It's not a bad idea. Some chapters, I guess, or something. But yeah, that's where things are at. Anyway. Rambling aside, if for some reason you did listen the whole way through here, thank you for that, I appreciate it. And if you didn't, I will have a chapter timestamp thingy for those people here shortly. So, yeah. Hi, if you clicked here, this is the Too Long Didn't Watch section. I just spent the last long amount of time rambling, because that's what I do. Anyway, Too Long Didn't Watch. I'm gonna be evicted if I can't make a bunch of money in, like, a little under 2 weeks. If you're able to and willing, please help. I made a GoFundMe. You can donate there. Or if you would like to try some free things out, you can go over to my Twitch streams that I've been doing recently. And the easy free stuff is follow the account, follow the channel, and just leave it running, even if it's muted. Literally just those two things alone go a long way. If you feel so compelled for some reason, you can also share this video, or the GoFundMe campaign, or anything, you know, whatever. Like, engagement is engagement, numbers go up, that is how you make money with this kind of stuff, and that's what I have to do right now, because all of my other options have been exhausted, and that's where, that's I guess it's just how it is. So, yeah. I hope to see you on Twitch. Just a little preview here. This is what my standard Twitch layout looks like when I'm streaming old school RuneScape. Isn't it fun? My face is a little smaller here, though. Also, it looks a little cut off. I might need to adjust that. Meh, whatever. So, yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling now. Thank you for watching. Come to the stream, please. I know people get sick of hearing that from YouTubers who are also streamers, but, like, seriously, come to the stream. It's such a nice time, I promise. And, yeah, I'm gonna figure this video out now. Have a good one.